First of all, very welcome to Beauty Slash channel, and I'm so excited because in today's video I will show you the mapping brows and how to make your client's brows even. So the method itself is actually very interesting. It might look a little bit complicated at first, especially if you're a beginner, but I promise you, once you try it out and practice, watch the video several times, the whole mapping process will take at most 15 minutes. And the brows will come up very even. So before going into the video, I just want to remind you that there's two parts you can make mistake on keeping the brows even. Is before the procedure, where you pre-draw and outline client's brows, and during the procedure. So this video and this method will be particularly before the procedure, where you draw your client's brows. So let's dive in and hope you like it. Okay, so how do I do mapping of the brows? Let's say she doesn't have an eyebrow here. So what I would do first, I would first start to draw just one side of the brow. Usually I draw the right side. So I would draw the right side according to her preference, and her preference is being very thick eyebrows with the arch. So I would draw the shape I think she might like, and then I would ask her to check whether she'll like this side or not. If she thinks it's too thin, she wants thicker, I add the thickness. Or if she thinks it's too thick, I reduce the thickness. We work on this brow till she think this side is more or less looks fine to her. Once she's satisfied with this brow, then I draw this side with the method I will show you to keep them even. Now, why do I don't draw two sides together? Because, to be honestly, maybe this is not the brow she would expect it to be, and I draw two sides, and then she said not at all the brow she likes, then I will have to erase, and the time I spent on drawing two brows was too much, so we wasted a lot of time. Now I'm going to introduce you this method where you will be able to have your brows even. Now, what we will need for this method is actually very few things. And I know a lot of you guys heard more advanced tools you can use, but I think you don't really have to. So basically what I use is the string, which is just to sew your clothes. I think anyone could find this at his or her home with ease. Now, another thing you would need is a pencil. Why a pencil? Because with the pencil you can put a color on this string using like this, and because this is very thick and consistent pencil with a lot of color in it, one or two times doing like this will be enough, and you will have very nice drawing line, and then you can use it as many times as you can. Very simple. Now you will also need this, and basically that's it. So how do we actually copy this brow on this brow? We will need a few points to be the same. We would need the beginning of the brow to be the same, the upper part to be the same, the arches to be on the same level, not one higher, another lower, and the tail to be on the same level. So how do I actually start? So I take the string, and then I first do very basic lines on her head. One is the line that coming out from the beginning of her eye on this side. So I rub like this on the skin, and it will leave a line on the skin. Now, because I'm using the paper, so of course there's nothing left on the paper, so I'm going to use this. But imagine I'm using the string, and the line that will be on the client's skin will look like this. Okay? And the same I will do on this side. Now, why do I need this line? Two lines you will see in a minute. Well, actually, because I need to know where my brow is starting from so that I can start from the same on this side. So actually, I would draw another line with a string here, and then I would, on the same distance, draw the second line. You can do this visually draw, or you can actually use this tool and kind of first measure here and paste in there. You just actually, because this one you can put color on it, so you can immediately draw on the skin with this as well. And because this is the paper, I cannot show you, but on my skin you will see it draws very nice. So now you have two lines. So now you know that your eyebrow will start somewhere from here. But we actually will need to know where exactly, on which level does this eyebrow will start. I would draw another line with a string parallel to her eyes, or parallel to the ground even. The same I would have to know the upper part. So I would draw another parallel line, and now we have an even beginning. So you already know the brow will lie in between these two dots, and the same on this side will lie, the microblading or shading will lie in between these two dots. The next step is we're going to copy our upper part and paste it on this side at the same level. So our arches will be on the same level, and not one is higher, one is lower. So for this we will take a string again, and we would place the string on her face like this, representing the upper part for this eyebrow. Now with this line we already can see that this dot will be actually the highest point on eyebrow, so it will be our kind of the arch, because this is the point where this line is separating from the brow already. So we can mark this line as well. Now, so how do we copy the upper part to this upper part? Well, actually, if you feel confident enough, you can just take the string and somewhere on the same level do it this way. But if you're not confident enough, you can place some additional lines, which will be, for instance, this will be our middle of the brow. So this is the line which is exactly in between these two lines. And since this line intersects this line in this point and intersects this line in this point, so does this side will intersect those two lines. So I already know it will intersect this line in this point. So then I can go ahead and draw this way. After that, I will take this tool and then I will measure this distance. Please make sure do not lean your tool like this, do not lean your tool like this, but keep this line parallel to these two lines. So you take the tool and you measure like this, and then you go ahead here and measure here. So this will be our points of arches. So we already find it. You can actually, the other way, you can take the string and then you can also place it somehow parallel to these two lines, right? And then you move up, 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 up till you find like this level that you think they are on the same level. And then you can rub the string into the skin and it will have this type of mark. So that's, you know, this is the level for this arch as well. Now you can see we got the beginning of brow point, we got the arches. Now the next step will be to find the tail of the brow. Now I will do the same marking for the tail like this. Then I will basically take this tool again, put it here somewhere so that it's really parallel to our basic lines, and then I would place it here. This will be our end of the brow. And again, you can take this string, you can place it parallel to these two lines, place it parallel, 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 till you get here. Yeah, just rub into her skin here. So, and now the second step could be either represent this line on this side or this line on this side, but just to be more simple, maybe we will start from this line. So basically, I will again represent the bottom line doing like this on her skin. So just touching the lower part of the brow. Again, if I feel confident enough and I don't need anything, I'll just do it this way on this side, like this. If I don't feel confident, I will put some marks. Sorry. Do it this way. And now the interesting part for our tail, again, if you feel confident enough, you just can freely draw with a pencil, but if you still want to have it more precise, you can do with this method as well. So you represent the lower part like this, you rub into the skin, so the dot that you are interested in, the intersection that you are interested in, is this line intersecting the upper brow. Then you can go ahead, copy this distance to this distance, and this will be your bottom line. Now we got our eyebrows even, and just want to point out that you can see her original brow is sticking out from the shape. For sure, when you draw your brow, you don't want to go beyond her original shape too much. Otherwise, she would have to really shave a lot of her hair every time, which is a bit troublesome. So basically, if her natural eyebrow hair goes this way, try to stick to her natural brow growth. Don't go any different shape like this one. I hope you guys could understand this method. I know it looks complicated at first, especially with these all lines. You will feel like, why do I have to draw so many lines? It takes so much time, but actually at the end of the day you will understand this is really fast, because how I do the lines when the color is on the string, it's just the matter of seconds. It's 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and etc, etc, etc. So I hope you get a good results out of this, and let me know also how it goes. I'm very, very curious. Comment, like if you like it, if you like this method. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope it wasn't too complicated for you. And again, if you have any questions, please leave your comment under this video or just text me directly on Instagram. And if you have suggestions for the next video, please also comment below, and I would really, really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye!